What is a survival myth that is completely wrong and could get you killed?
Apparently some people think the best way to survive a wolf attack is to bend down and show the wolf you're submissive towards him and pose as no threat. If you do this, you're dead. The wolf will 100% kill you. Your best bet is to walk away without turning your backs on them, maintaining eye contact the whole way. If you look away or turn your back, the wolf's killer instinct will kick in and it'll kill you. Don't make a lot of noise and aggressive movements towards a wolf the same way you do to a black bear, because most likely it'll be seen as a challenge, not a threat. Do not make aggressive movements, loud noises towards a black bear. Treat it in much the same way. Back away slowly, maintain visual of bear but no eye contact. Say, "Hey bear, WOA bear," calmly, as there's chance it may not have heard you. This will help avoid startling it. Source: I worked for parks for 5 years in prime grizzly black bear habitat. Do I have to use those words specifically? Yes, it's a magic spell. I've heard people say that you have to shave your hair off after you've been exposed to radiation, probably because they think radioactive dust will cling to your hair and make you sick. The problem is that shaving can create small cuts and abrasions, and you don't want that when you're covered in fallout. Just use shampoo, but not conditioner, and don't shave anything. Why not conditioner? It makes radioactive dust stick more to your hair.
If you're dehydrated in a desert, do not drink cacti juice. Why? A lot of cactus stems are extremely poisonous. Though if you're really dying in a sandy wasteland, you might as well roll the dice on that one, eh? Cacti juice can sometimes lead to death, but dehydration always does at some point. You can actually get liquid from the fishhook barrel cactus. Also, if you can find prickly pear fruit, you can eat those for some hydration in a pinch. And don't pick the prickly pear by the paw. When you pick a pear, try to use the claw.
Do not drink alcohol to make you warmer when freezing. Drink alcohol to make freezing to death less unpleasant. Drink alcohol to make just about anything less unpleasant. Especially hangovers. Doing that right now. I guess I have what you would call a 6-year hangover then. If water is clear, it's clean. No. Just no. Just curious, if you boil it, it'll be good or not. The microbes die. Any non-living pollutants stay as they are. If there are enough non-living pollutants in the water to concern you, and you're not in Russia or China, you're probably less than a mile from civilization. No. A lot of remote areas have defunct mines that still cause really high levels of contamination. There used to be people in the area, mining gold 150 years ago. But that's a ghost town now, partially because the water got too poisoned to drink, so they couldn't stay there even if there were any jobs left.
Astronomer here. A lot of people out there think the North Star is the brightest star in the sky. It's actually a star of medium-ish brightness. So don't follow the brightest star of the sky, because you will definitely not be going north. Instead, learn to find it using the Big Dipper. Edit: for those pointing out the sun is the brightest star in the sky, congratulations, you win the pedantic award. How do you find it using the Big Dipper? You find the two end stars of the bowl and draw a line up and follow it. This diagram should help. Do not ration your water too much. Your body needs at least 1.5 liters in normal circumstances, when you have enough food, are not cold or hot, etc. There is no reason to drink less than this if you are lost, other than to die from dehydration. They actually found people who died of dehydration with F*******ing water in their bottles. Just heard a saying for the first time recently: ration sweat not water, so sit your pretty ass down in the shade during the day and sip your water, within reason, and wait to be rescued. Hopefully people are looking for you because you told them where you would be. This is where somebody, me, in this case, mentions peeing on a towel and wrapping it around your head. It's a method of rationing sweat, without having to drink urine. Don't let sun touch your skin. It will dry you and thus dehydrate you quicker. Wear a coat even in the desert. Don't ration, but don't overdrink. I like to let my body figure it out. If I'm getting thirsty, I'll drink some water. The only other reason is if I haven't had any in a couple hours, because I don't get thirsty easily. okay, but what if I'm a person who drinks very little? I only drink 0.7 to 1 liter a day and I'm fine. Basically, drink when you are thirsty, but don't overdo it. Your body is pretty good at telling you what it needs. Only one point on this. No water for the first 24 hours. This will prompt the body to conserving the water you have on board. Exception being for the sick or injured. I don't care what that idiot Bear Grylls says, don't drink your urine if you're dehydrated. Seriously. It's true that there will be water in your urine, but you know what's even more prominent? Urea. It's a toxin, a waste that's leaving your body for a reason. Plus, if you're so dehydrated that you can actually muster up the courage to drink your own piss, there really isn't gonna be that much water to drink anyway. I mean, come on, you're dehydrated. You really think your body is gonna produce water out of thin air? Bear Grylls was referring to his urine. You can order a bottle of it in a variety of flavors. Blueberry Bear is my personal fave. Blueberry. The US military trains its personnel that 3 times is okay for desert survival. Thanks for mentioning. I remember someone at one point mentioning this, but I wasn't sure if I was just crazy or something. Why does an expert like him say it then? In an absolute near-death situation, where it really is this with no less unsafe alternatives like river or lake water, or nothing, it can be better than nothing. You can drink urine because the toxins inside are toxins your body can handle. It will tax your body, but we are talking in a context where dehydration is worse. There are nutters that drink their own urine and won't die. But if you are in this situation, you're already screwed unless you have rescue coming for you, and at this point you're just trying to buy time. If you know survival craft, your objective should be to prevent yourself getting into such a situation in the first place. Of course, this is too complicated a concept to present on TV and people don't remember the context, only the joke that he drinks his own piss. Find a fence or some kind of man-made object and follow it. No, stay fucking still, it's way easier for the search party to find you. That depends on whether or not you anticipate that someone will be searching for you. If you are solo through hiking something and you don't have regular check-ins, which isn't smart, it could be weeks before you are overdue, assuming you ever are. Also assumes that you're in an area where someone has a reasonable chance of spotting you. Break your ankle on a well-traveled hiking trail. Then stay still and eventually someone will find you. Break your ankle in a trackless stretch of dense woods. No one is going to find you alive if you don't get to an area where you can be spotted from the air. There's an amazing story out there of a German family who went missing while exploring Death Valley. When some of their remains were finally found years later, it looked as if they had traveled from the point where their car broke down toward a military base that was marked on their map. The most convincing theory is that they assumed it would be like a European military base, i.e. relatively compact and fenced off, and that they could find help there. Unaware that US bases in the California desert are simply vast tracts of land. Depends on the security of the base. If it was Area 51, they would have been seen and picked up by security. Other bases are vast salt flats which can take a while to get through, but eventually you will get to the security fence which is monitored. Try to breach the fence and you will get noticed. The tourists had the right idea, but unfortunately people are often woefully unprepared for hot climates. This happens in the Grand Canyon all the time. People try to go hiking in flip-flops and a 16 ounces water bottle. They end up needing to be rescued by helicopter. The amount of water a person goes through in a hot climate doing physical work is astounding. On a hot summer day I can lose 5 pounds of water in an hour-long bike ride. 5 pounds of water lost in just a single hour from sweating. That's almost a gallon of water in an hour. And salt too. After a bike ride on a hot summer day I will be encrusted with dried salt. My face is covered in white salt crystals. When I get back from the ride, I'll down a gallon of water and dig into some extremely salty potato chips. Tourists lost in the wilderness don't have that luxury.